YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Little Petty checking in with you guys with another stock market episode. And today's episode, we're going to talk about a few stocks that I'm looking at. We're going to keep this, little watch list going. A lot of my trades have been playing out pretty good. I haven't been taking advantage of all the trades, but we have been taking advantage of some of the trades. So I'm going to go ahead and look at some of these stocks that we're breaking down and go over the watch list that we are going to be looking to buy some of these stocks for the weekend after Black Friday. So that's what this video is going to be, YouTube. So make sure you guys are like, share, subscribed, and you tune in. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to just run through a couple stocks, and then if I see potential there, then I'll talk about if I like it, if I want to buy it, and if not, and what the trade plan is going forward. All right, so the first one we have on the list is Etsy, ETSY. Now this one, it did get away from us. I actually was planning on buying this one. On Friday, on Friday, and we did get the bounce up. We broke through this zone. So this one needs to cool down a little bit. We are kind of vertical. I did end up drawing this top zone right here on a 1 hour chart, so we'll be watching this level. If this one does continue up, this zone right here from 59 to 60 is going to be the entry. If not, we will probably pull back and tap this zone. I like this dip buy down here better, so I would set an alert at about the 154 level and see if this one it will give us a pullback. But with the e-commerce sector being hot, so some of these stocks, we might not get the pullback. So I did miss this trade. We did gap up above this zone on Friday, and we just rocked right through. We blew past the seller zone, so this one's on an all-time high breakout. I like Etsy. I'm not currently in it right now, but I do like this trade. All right, FSR. Now we talked about FSR. I talked about this. We traded this. I made a video. Now this one, this is a good one right here. We rocked it all the way up. We almost tapped $24 level. As you can see, I have my alert up here. We did ride this up to the upside. The momentum did fail. So on this one, I have to be honest, I do like FSR. We rocked up out of here. We pulled back into this zone. So now what we're going to have to watch, and we actually snapped down into this zone. So on Friday, we opened up, we tagged this zone, then we smacked, and this was a good day trade right here. So we bought the dip down here, rode it up, locked it in, and now we're pulling back into this zone. So if we crack below this 24.20 or this 20.39, if we get below that wick, this $20, then expect this to reverse. But I think this one is gonna be bullish. This one does look like a good setup to actually continue to the upside. So if we do breakout above this yellow zone, I would expect buyers to step in. So FSR, I'm definitely gonna be watching this one. I'm going to keep a close eye on FSR. I do like this setup. So, bullish above this yellow zone. We break out. If we snap out of here, then we'll probably tag this red zone again. And if we go sideways, then that might be a sign. Then we can buy the dip down here. Now, FOMO, if you're going to buy it right now, you can buy in and then just make sure you have your stop pretty tight. Make sure you have your stop pretty tight because we more than likely could come down to one of these zones and tag it and then bounce out. So you can take a small position, add, or just make sure your trade is structured. So I do like FSR for the bullish trade. All right, and LI. Now LI, I'm gonna let me see. Yeah, this one's still bullish. This one is still bullish. If we get into this zone, if we get into this zone, I think we might chop around. But if we break this zone, I don't like this. I don't like this trade at all. I really like it above this 44.60. But if we're gonna break out, this might be a good dip buy right here. We're basically at this level right now, so maybe another little pullback. But if we do get above into this purple zone, then expect this to go a little bit higher. LI. And this is part of the EV sector. So I'm not a big fan of LI just off the price action. I mean, but this one did catch me because it made this huge spike and then it pulled back viciously, but then it bounced. So this one is volatile. It's like FSR. So these ones are a little bit more volatile, so I would make sure you have your stops in place. All right, now NIO. I am in NIO. We are in NIO. I like that we're holding above this yellow zone. So I'm in NIO. I think NIO is still a buy at this top zone and even at this lower zone. If we tag out of here, this is still a buy at this speed bump zone, and ultimately the dip buy, the big dip buy is going to be down here at this level, this 44 to 41. But I think NIO is not coming back down to these levels. I'm bullish NIO, where we're trying to rock this one up to the upside to above this $60 level. So the calls that we're going to look for on NIO, we're going to usually play 2 weeks out, so you can go to about the 57, 58, 59, 60s. These will be the calls that we will be looking to play shorter term. And then if you get the intraday, so say we are to gap up and we're going to get that push up, then that's when you can come to the shorter term and get the shorter term options. So I like NIO. NIO's bullish. Chart looks very good and very clear. You can get in right here. You can stop out actually in this yellow zone and maybe look to buy the dip at the lower part, so you can save yourself a little bit of the bleeding. OSTK. OSTK does look decent. I'm probably not going to buy this one, but I do like this setup. We rocked it from this zone up to this zone. We're speed bumping. I do think that we do get this lift off up into, we're more than likely gonna tag this next level. So this is about a 10-point move. So OSTK is a good one to watch. I like OSTK. I'm probably gonna stay away from trading it. Now PDD. I'm actually in PDD. I talked about this one. We did get the dip buy, and so for this one I watched it come down into this type 2, and then overnight I said, you know what, this looks like a perfect dip buy. So in the morning I ended up grabbing some calls. So I'm in PDD. I like this trade. I think this trade is going to break out to the upside. Now we have this 15-minute speed bump zone, and as you can see, we closed in there. So I think this, if we can flatten out and then we get this next leg up, I think PDD is going to be a good trade. So I'm holding some naked call options. They expire this week. I got the 145 calls, and I have about 3 of them. So we're holding PDD calls in this account. I like this trade. Yeah, I like this setup right here, PDD. Shopify is good. Didn't talk about this, but Shopify is doing its thing. All right, now Tesla, we have a bunch of little zones right here because we're more focused on the intraday trading. Now, but this zone down here at this 530 is going to be the ultimate dip buy. This is going to be the dip zone. I'm actually going to make this I'm going to make this yellow. All right, and then I'll make this purple. All right. So what I'm looking at on this chart, Tesla looks good. Tesla is still holding this uptrend. So when we fought out here, because these were sellers, we finally got above here. Now I think we do get a pullback eventually, but for now, intraday, we're going to be day trading Tesla. I think any of these pullbacks to these levels are going to be a dip buy. So going on Monday, what I'm going to be looking for is obviously the pre-market action. If we're going to dip down, then I'm going to be a buyer of both of these zones right here at this 575 and this 560 to 565. So these are the levels I'll look for intraday. I think these are going to be bounce areas. Now if we break below here, then we'll more than likely tag this 550 and then ultimately come down. So with Tesla is the lead bull, so this stock can literally rip up, and when we do hit the top, it's gonna have a vicious pullback, and I think that's what's gonna it's gonna shake a lot of people out. But we're gonna get some type of dead cat bounce or some type of relief bounce. So I'm gonna be playing Tesla. I'm gonna keep riding it up until we finally hit that top and show that sign of reversal. Now we haven't got a sign of a reversal yet, so we're gonna keep rocking up the call options on Tesla. So Tesla is gonna be one of our main stocks that we look to buy. Yes, I'm very bullish on Tesla. And right now, all we have up here, well, technically, all we have up here is sellers. So there's been nothing but sellers right there. So we need to get above here. We need to hold this yellow zone. If we pull back to this purple zone, I like this as a dip, and then I ultimately like this as a dip too. And we talked about this zone in the other video. We wrote it up. So pull back to here, wrote it up, pulled back. If we chop and hold this level, I think we continue up. So price targets on Tesla are going to be around this $700 level zone. That's I think we might top out close to that level. So we'll go ahead and put a nice little line up there. I'm actually going to make this green too. Boom. All right, now TDD. we're in TDD. We've been talking about TDD, and I think this one is, this one's going higher. So price action, saying that the price is going to keep going higher. We don't have no signs of reversal. My price target, I'm in some debit spreads. I'm in some 900 calls. So that's why these green lines are up here. But I think we get here this week. TDD is bullish, and I think this is still a good buy. Yeah, the price action is just going higher. So there's not really much to say on this one. I like this one. It's rocking and rolling. A dip buy is definitely going to be down here. Well, actually, I really can clean up this chart a little bit, but let me see. Because we came up. Yeah. Okay, I see. I mean, you could go ahead and chart this out as a zone. I like this as a zone. Really should be the top and bottom of these candles, but that's close enough. Dipped. Okay. So yeah, I like that level right there, but ultimately this purple zone is going to be a little bit more of a structure trade. So we do have some price action right here, but I don't think we're coming down anytime soon. I think we're going to go up higher. I think this is going to hit 900 sometime this week, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. And I'm going to be looking to lock in those spreads. Now, Twilio, this one, we talked about this one on this day right here. And we ended up bouncing, and now we're rocking and rolling on Twilio. I'm not in Twilio, but this one, I think this one's going to go for it now. We got the nice pullback. After the earnings, we shot up, we pulled back, tapped this type 2, 255. I think we're going for it now. So Twilio looks good. I would keep this one on your radar. A pullback into this zone. This is a dip buy. If we gap up, look out for sellers up here. If we get into this zone and go sideways, we're going to break out to the upside. So Twilio looks good. Upwork, same thing as last time, still sideways. Waiting for, just a massive, not a massive, but we're waiting for a spike to the upside. So as soon as we get above these levels right here, that's going to be bullish. And W. Now, I don't think I talked about this one on my channel, but I did like this dip buy. Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah. So we did talk about this because at the end of the day, we got the type 2. Now, if this holds right here, I'm going to be looking to probably buy this stock. And I like Wayfair because Wayfair it's a laggard. It's a laggard to like Etsy and yeah, to like Etsy, and I think PDD is a e-commerce if I'm not mistaken. So the Wayfair is a it's a laggard, and we got a nice pullback, and we're holding this zone, this bottom zone right here. We did tap this lower zone, but we're gonna focus on where the trade is at right now. So if we can chop sideways at this 260 level, and we don't break this 257, then I'll be a buyer of this level. I like this trade right here, Wayfair. This one is a nice setup, as long as as long as we don't come and touch this zone again right here, we should be good. If we chop around in this level right here, we should be good to the breakout to the upside. And if you look at the 15-minute, we came up, we pulled it back towards the end of the day, and this might have been the dip for the buyers to step in for the dip trade over the weekend. And XPEV, we talked about this one in the last video, same thing. I don't like it below this level. If we break, then we're coming down here, and if we crack that, we're ultimately coming down to this level. And I'll be a buyer down here at this 47. Now, and if we get above this level, this is going to be a breakout to the upside. All right, Zoom. Zoom looks good. Rocked it up to top of the zone. Flat, same thing. Flatten out, break out to the upside. Zoom's a little bit volatile. We do have earnings coming up, so I would watch out for this. So this is going to be an earnings play. Watch out for Zoom. We will watch the price action and see what happens after the earnings. Now, Zoom. Is Zoom gonna break? Is Zoom gonna have another rip after for the earnings? We'll see. I will be watching Zoom, but I'm not gonna play it for the earnings. I'm definitely not gonna be playing it for the earnings. All right, now let's hit the active trade list. And I think okay, now with Amazon, let's talk about Amazon real quick. So Amazon, we talked about this in my last video. It's been going sideways for a while. Now, it got to push up. If we hold this $3,200 level, then I like it to the upside. Then we can probably get up to this next zone. But I would watch out for sellers up here at this $3,300 level. And then if we get above here, then obviously we'll rock it up to the upside. So I'm waiting for the breakout play on Amazon. I wanted to let the dust settle. I do like this play if we hold this zone right here. If we get below here again, then no dice for Little Petty. Boeing, we talked about FSR, LAD, LI, NIO, PLTR. All right, let's look at this price action. Okay, so PLTR. This one did get away from us. We talked about that. It went from the 28 up to the 33, had a vicious pullback. Now we're settling. So this one, this one might come down a little bit lower. So we might, let me see, intraday. Okay. We did tag down there. I think, yeah. Well, how many points is that? 26. Yeah, this is big moves. So what I would say is being biased, I have to do it. So like right here. That would be a speed bump, a baby speed bump, like a 15-day intraminute if you're looking to see maybe if we come down and dip here. But ultimately, I think if we drop out of this zone, we're gonna come down here to this level on PLTR. So not really a buyer of that stock. I am a buyer of Snapchat. I am holding. We did buy this dip down here. I am waiting to see if we can take out these sellers. So I'm still holding. What am I holding? Holding some 44.5 calls. Holding 2 of them. And they expire this week. So we are in the money, 44.5. I do want to see this one rip up and get above this top zone. So that's the play on Snapchat. Snapchat it does look bullish. If we do, man, if we get below this wick right here, then that's a failure. That's going to be the sellers are still in this zone right here, and buyers are not stepping up in this zone. All right, now snow. Man, oh my gosh, look at this. This one really got away. All right, remember I talked about, I said if we get above here, then I'm going to be looking for the short play on this, but the earnings is coming around the corner. So now that we're above here, obviously the buyers have stepped in. We've taken out the sellers. Man, look at this. I'm just now seeing this. Like, I don't look at all these stocks. All right. Man, these buyers really stepped in. This one's bullish. This one is bullish. I'm going to set an alert down here. 320. And we will see what happens. Now, if we settle off, yeah, I think this is a dip buy. This is a dip buy intraday. If you want to play this to the upside, but now if we get into this zone and we get below, I'm gonna put a small. If we get below, damn, hold up. Oh, they put it on the outside. All right. That's crazy. This one is really going. This one's really catching some steam. I wonder if there's any like news or like what's going on. Is there anything? Well, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. The price action is saying that buyers are stepping in, and we need to see what eventually is going to how this is going to play out. So this one's it's getting up there. This one is definitely bullish. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait and see the price action. I will be watching this one. I do have an alert set, and then I guess I can set an alert for 334 to see if we actually get above that. Square. All right, so the dip buy, we talked about the dip. If we got above here, so that was about a what? Not too much of a big move. About an 8-point move. It did pull back into the zone again. We will be, I'm not buying Square, but Square is still a little bit bullish to the upside. Boom. So this is still a dip buy. We hold this level, we go higher. If not, we're going to pull back into this zone right here. 10 breakout. We talked about Tesla, TDD, Upwork. Yep, talked about those ones. And now, let's see if we got anything on the spec list. This one looks kind of good. GMS. This looks like a bull flag setting up. This one looks kind of good, honestly. Yeah, I like this one. Let me see what their options. They're probably not liquid though. See, sometimes when you play some of these speculative stocks, the options aren't liquid, so you got to be careful. You could just buy shares, but I like to trade the options. So GMS looks cool. Dip buy right here. We're actually at the bottom of the zone, type 2. This could be, you know, like a little 4-point swing up to the upside. Stop out would be, I would keep this one real tight. 31.25. GRGW. And MGI. I like MGI. So MGI, we did play this one a few times. This is a cool one to day trade. You get in and get out and leave it at that. I do like this dip buy. I'm going to be looking out for sellers. Let me see if I can find sellers on the 1 hour. Yeah, really nothing but here has been sellers. So with this one, I think we rock this one up to this next zone. We got the dip right here. 750. We rock it up to into this zone right here. If we break this level, then we're coming back down to this zone right here. So I like MGI. I'm actually gonna move this over into my active week list. MGI. So I definitely like MGI. This one looks good. I think this one's going to get the breakout above $9. So if we look at MGI, the options, these are cheap. So these are about 25 cents, 35 cents, and the 8s are 60 cents. So I think I'm a buyer of these $9 option calls that expire December 18th on MGI. So let me pull out the calculator. Just say 35 cents times 20. $35 times 20 contracts. So I might buy about 40 of these at 35. So that's about $1,400. And then if this one, you know, say these contracts, as you can see, these contracts, they move a little bit. So if you can get them 25, 30 cents and then sell them for, you know, 50, 60 cents. Where's that calculator at? So say we get about 40 of them. 40 times $35, that's $1,400. And then we got those 40 contracts and we sell them for $70. That's about, you know, double up your money. So I like MGI. I'm gonna be looking at these option contracts on Monday, and those are gonna be the top stocks that I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna go over them one more time. I like FSR. I like MGI. I like NIO, PDD, Snap. We're gonna be watching Snow, Tesla, TDD, Twilio. Upwork is going sideways too. So, but yeah, YouTube, I appreciate everybody that checks in watching my videos, and you guys have a good one, and we'll check in with you guys on Monday. Little Petty is out.